Are you ready to find love again? The time is now. But to win it, you gotta get in it. We're embracing love again. Now here's your host, Carnetta Frazier.
Hello. Welcome to Embracing Love Again. I am your host, Carnetta Frazier, and today we're just going to deviate just a little bit. We're going to bring you a hot topic on today, and the hot topic is dating difference in generations. I have my wonderful son with me, Darius. Woo-hoo! I tell you, and we're going to talk about today the difference in my generation dating and his generation dating. So, Darius, first of all, I want to thank you and welcome you to Embracing Love Again.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
And I'm grateful that you feel that way. We're so happy to have you on. Now, we're going to be talking about dating, okay? Now, when I was out there, well, I guess I'm out there now again, right? But in the process of dating, now there's so many different ways to date. You have social media, we have the dating apps. You know, personally, I like the old-fashioned way of just going maybe into Home Depot or something and meeting someone. But it's just so different today. So, Darius, what's your take on for your generation and how you all date?
Yeah, there's all different ways, of course, like you just mentioned, old-fashioned way, and there's also social media now. So, well, first, disclaimer.
Okay.
Me personally, I am not necessarily in the field looking to date. I have a lovely love of my life, a beautiful young lady, go by the name of Shauna. Shouts out to my shirt. Her name's Shauna. Hey, what's up, baby?
So that means do not DM me. Nope. He's not up.
He is not available. No, he's not. But I would like to say this because, yes, I might have found the love of my life, but I'm still dating her as well. And even when I marry her, I plan on still dating her. I still plan on earning her love, even though I have her love. You know, to keep it fresh, keep it good.
Well, now that brings up another topic. I think the biggest problem, even with dating, especially now you said marriage, is the consistency.
Correct.
You know, the biggest thing, of course, I've been married and of course a widow now. However, I think the biggest thing is how you start off is how you need to continue. And it is so important to be consistent. You said, you know, even when you marry her, that your plans is to continue to date.
Yes.
That's really important.
I feel like that's very important.
Oh, it's key.
Yes, because even as dating, you know, my generation these days, our attention span is just so short these days with Instagram, Snapchat.
Yeah.
You know, so like you could be dating somebody and the vibe could be really good, but just because it's not exciting or it's not appealing as it was 3 months ago, you might not get to the marriage because you're not keeping the flavor, keeping it juicy, keeping it good. So I think it's very key to do what you said. What you did to earn that person or to court that person or to gain that person you should continue to do that because that's very important if you want to have a long-lasting relationship.
And also talking about long-lasting relationship, I think also it's really good to find out what their love language is because everybody's love language is different. Like I might have a love language of gifts of service, whereas somebody else might have a love language of a word affirmation. In dating, marriage, whatever the case, let's just say relationship.
Yes.
It is so important to find out who do you have? Who is that person?
Yes.
And now, what do you think about this, Darius? When you're dating, how is it important to really get to know that person as much as you can, as far as just being transparent?
Yes.
What's your thoughts?
I totally agree. I actually seen a post, and I hate to refer things to posts, but in my generation, the post is the news.
Okay, that's the news.
But no.
Love it.
I want to bring this up though. I seen this post that said, when you're dating, that is the time to get to know someone. That's the time to have the hard conversations.
Yeah.
Dating is not about making memories. You make memories when you marry. I'm gonna have 80 years to make memories with you. And this time, let's
That's a
have these
good point.
hard conversations now to see if my goals align, our spiritual goals align, our mental is on the same page. You know, I feel like that's very important. Sometimes people get in dating and they just doing it because they want to do something. They want to make memories with somebody. They want to take cute pictures. They want to go on cute trips with cute videos. That's cool and dandy. That's fine. But you also need to have them hard conversations. You need to have,
I agree.
okay, what do you like? What do you don't like? Or how do you what is your belief? Or what do you feel about the dynamics of a relationship? Because that get misconstrued too in my generation. The dynamics of the relationship, you know, sometimes, and I salute the black woman who's an independent black woman like yourself. But sometimes that get misconstrued because the old fashioned, you know, the man is supposed to be do. And if you have a old soul type of young man that I am, he's most likely going to stick to those roots. And he still he still will let you be empowered and let you be the independent black woman. But certain things I'm not going to allow my wife to do. Like, I'm not going to have my wife taking out the trash, or I'm not going to have my wife out there cutting the grass, or, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain things. But in my generation, it get flipped over because the media like to demasculate men.
Yeah.
They like to demasculate us.
I
and
agree.
It'd have the women mind messed up. It'd have our mind messed up. And now you're moving like a housewife and you're a guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. I mean, that is very good. And it is so important. First of all, let's define our roles. Yeah. Let's define who we are. And what might work for one couple may not work for the other couple. But I believe, and I love what you said, Darius, to demasculate a man, that's demonic. I'm sorry. That's from the pits of hell, because let's be clear. God called man to dominion, power, and so many times people don't know who they are. You know, just because a woman is strong, it's good to be strong, but baby, I'm with the old school. You got to know how to submit. How do you submit and honor your mate, your boyfriend? How is it going to even get to that next level when you're not willing to listen, willing to honor? And the worst thing, and I have seen it happen, oh my God, the worst thing a female can do in a relationship is to dishonor her boyfriend, husband, whatever. The bottom line, I always say this, and you've heard me say this before, Darius, what you don't honor, you dishonor all day and every day. Yeah, and I just believe God created, I personally believe, this is my personal belief, don't send me a bunch of emails about what you believe as far as this. I just believe that God created man and woman to be together in structure, in love and harmony. God is of love. So why wouldn't he want you to be in a good, healthy relationship? Yes. It's important to be healthy. And here's the deal. Even if it's some problems or some situation going on, it is okay to get counseling. Darius, how do you feel about counseling when somebody trying to get their self together in your stage as far as your generation? What do you think about that, counseling, trying to get things together in your relationship?
Truly, I feel like it's a double-headed sword. Okay. Because, you know, in my generation, sometimes we get counseling from our friends. And that's not a problem if you know, they say in the word, know those that labor amongst you. Right. So if you know that person's character is wise man, and he can give wise advice. Sound advice or whatnot, then that's cool to listen to that friend. But sometimes we might vent to the wrong person. That's true. And when you vent into the wrong person, they give you the kind of advice that you necessarily don't need in your relationship. Now, if you're going professionally counsel, that's okay. But at the same token, you need to understand that the counsel. Well, you need to find out if this counselor is professional, because just because a person have a degree, have a certification, doesn't mean that counselor is going to keep it professional inside the room.
Okay.
Because sometimes, which I have kind of experienced this in my own relationship, the counselor it'll turn from a client to counselor to sister and sister talking. The person would get too comfortable with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of keeping it professional.
Yeah. So now this person's getting comfortable with you and trying to be a friend, or they, instead of being unbiased, they're being biased because they understand you're paying them and they want you to come back, obviously. So they will find themselves being your homegirl versus being your counselor.
Yeah.
So
well, that's a good point. And that's relevant.
I feel like you got to really use judgment, discernment, wisdom when you go to who you gonna let have your ear, or who you gonna give the word to. You know what I'm saying? Who you gonna vent to?
Yeah, because I always say, whoever have your ear, have your future.
Yes.
And I really do believe that. But it is important. I believe in counseling. I believe that sometimes people have, like you said, it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
A sister, brother. But let's just keep it professional.
Unbiased.
Mm-hmm. Give me sound information.
Yes.
That will help me. Yes. Because at the end of the day, I'm here for help.
Yes.
I'm not here for your opinion.
Yes.
I'm not here for what you think about the situation.
Yes.
I am here because I want to be better. And I just think sometimes we're not always the best of ourselves for whatever reason. Yeah. Life is lifing. Things happening. And even with what we're doing today, embracing love again, sometimes people in my situation, widows or widowers, they won't take the time to heal. It's important that we be made whole before we even get back out in them streets.
I totally agree. And
can I
add one thing? Not only the widow and widower, the person who might have got hurt in a relationship.
Oh, come on, speak.
In our day and time, it gets real grimy. It gets real cold. People that use you, someone you think that you really love, and they came in a relationship knowing they wanted something out of it. Agenda. Yeah. And then you get hurt.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you don't give yourself time to heal from that hurt relationship.
Absolutely.
The person might not be dead, but that person hurted you.
Right.
And now you're going into your next relationship with a guard up, thinking like, okay, I'm not going to let you do what this person did to me, when this new person ain't even coming with that intent.
And I'm going to take that another level. When you said your guard up, you coming in with baggage, and then when the other person do something similar, now you got a trigger.
Yes, it's triggered.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You got a trigger.
Yes.
You going down memory lane.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
like, oh, what's going on?
Yes.
Why is this happening? And now you putting yourself back. Trigger. It's a trigger.
Yeah.
It's setting me off.
Yeah.
To make me think of this situation. So I believe in relationship. I believe in love. I believe that it's important if God bless you with that soulmate. Yeah. Or even you might have lost the love of your life. Is there hope again? Absolutely. But you got to be ready. Mm-hmm. You want to be healed. Yeah. You want to be sound. You want to take your time. You don't want to keep just being bitter. I love what you said. It could even happen in a bad relationship, yes, or even in a divorce. Yes. We're going to have some topics on this program dealing with people that I know for a fact have gotten divorced, and they said it felt like death.
Yeah.
They felt like they were dying.
Yeah.
In this separation. So even in this process, you still got to find love again, embracing love again. It is something about our spirit, our mind. We accept, and it's a good thing to embrace love, but you want it to be healthy love. You don't want to be in a situation where it's unhealthy. Yeah. And so many times people settle so they won't be alone, and they settle for unhealthy relationship. Hey guys, let's get healthy.
Rich Queen. Diamonds, rubies, cars. or even the biggest house doesn't make you rich. It's the passion in your soul, the fire in your spirit, and all the beautiful wonders that flows within it. Riches come from your heart that pours nothing but gold. Your smile that's colorfully warm, never darkeningly cold. There's value in your calming, most soothing ways, the pep you have in your step, and the anointing that's in your praise. Someone who doesn't have to drink to feel rich, but still raises the bar by walking in full authority, here, there, near, and even far. Doing things without expecting recognition, floating gracefully, not needing to be seen. All these things and more makes you a rich queen. Not just being a pretty face, but knowing and believing that your rich mansion is at the residence of God's place. Valuing yourself and not of material things, being wealthy in Christ, you know exactly what I mean. Being these things and more will forever, and I mean forever, crown you a rich queen.
Let's embrace love again. Let's be true to ourselves. But hey, let's be clear. Let's know yourself.
That's the key.
Hello.
I think that's
Come on with it.
I think that's one of the biggest things is to know yourself, because once you know yourself better, and sometimes you literally got to date yourself. You know, treat yourself to things that you like. Look in the mirror and ask the same questions that you would ask on a date. Ask yourself that.
Okay.
Because if I ask myself that, then when I ask my significant other them same questions, I would already have an idea of my viewpoint or where I stand or how I would want her possibly to stand on it. You know, so that's very key. Knowing yourself and loving yourself.
Yes.
Being comfortable in your own skin, being comfortable that knowing that God did not make no mistakes.
Absolutely.
That my time is in God's speed. Just because everybody around me is having babies, just because everybody's around me is married,
right?
Just because they're doing on couple trips or whatever, it's okay. Because if it's God's will, it'll happen. You know, if it's God's will, it'll make its way to you. You know, I feel like sometimes we want to speed up God's process.
Oh yeah.
We want to keep up with the Jones.
Yeah.
You know, and that might not be your story. You know, are you okay with being alone? Because like you said, a lot of people get in. Some people can't even stay alone. They'll be in a relationship. As soon as they get out that relationship,
they'll go right back into another relationship, knowing that they haven't even healed from that.
Exactly.
And then, you know, it's okay to be by yourself, because even being by yourself don't mean you're alone.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's so many things that you can do and be productive.
Yes.
But at the same time, still soul search, still do what is healthy to make you better. And it's okay to be honest with yourself and say, I don't have it all together.
Yeah.
That is, you know, and I think sometimes people, it's disillusion. Like they got to have all the answers and they got to be superhero. And no, you don't. It's okay to say, I don't have it all together.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
That's a good thing to want to get it together. It's just about, what do you want to do? How healthy you want to be as an individual.
Yes.
As a person that see what they want, know what they want, and then not just talking. Because we got a lot of folks do a lot of talking. They just talk. No. What are you doing? First of all, let's be clear. This is a new year, right?
Yes.
Everybody have what you call it?
New Year's resolutions.
Things that they putting in place. And what's the biggest thing that everybody talk about mostly? Outside of love, money. I want to get my money right. I want to get my finance right. I want to get my goals right. Weight. Oh, everybody in the gym right now.
Oh yeah, that first week, you can't find a treadmill.
2 weeks, you can't even get in the gym because it's packed.
Yeah.
June, July, nobody in there.
Oh yeah, they all gone. They gone by February.
Oh, February, so they didn't even make it to June.
Yeah, they ain't making the 30 days yet.
So it's important as individuals. Come on, love you. You know, one thing, and I've heard different pastors and ministers and just people, you should be whole before you even get into any relationship. If you need to work on you, do that. If you need to get some professional help, do that. If you need to get somebody that's going to give you great sound advice, do that.
Yeah.
Do whatever it takes to be better. Even with affirmations, I always talk about I'm better today than I was yesterday. And I say that every day.
Yes, ma'am.
Because my goal is, first of all, my words have power.
Yes.
So I'm going to speak some positive things upon me that's going to be healthy for me. And let me tell you something. I'm even praying for my spouse. He ain't here yet, but let me tell you something. When he comes, I got gifts already for him. In fact, I got to hide the bag because I got sons. They might be thinking that's for it ain't for y'all. Okay. So what I'm speaking into my potential spouse life now. I'm praying that whatever he's in, that it'll be cleared up by the time he gets to me. Look, we got to do these things. We got to speak it, believe it, you know. And we kind of got off a little subject, but it's true.
No, it's right.
Because
And
this is all in the dating
I also feel
process.
like with that, with you becoming whole,
Yes.
you also should become if you have a certain caliber of in my case a woman that you would want, in your case a man that you would want,
Right.
you should be now developing yourself to be that man who has that caliber of woman, or be that woman who has that caliber of man.
Right.
You
Good
should be
point.
developing yourself. So if I want a certain chick to, you know what I'm saying, do, I need to be doing what attracts that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Or, you know, so
absolutely.
I feel
Because
like
you're going to, whatever in you,
yes,
that's what you attract.
yes, I agree.
So when you're, and I know you're right, because years ago, even before I got married, before I changed my mindset, I was attracting certain guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I attracting these, you know? But then it was like, because it's in you.
Yeah.
So when I began to change my level of thinking and changing what I wanted, hey, it was right there.
It can be.
That's facts.
It can be as
right
simple
there.
as, I feel like it can be as simple as changing your circle.
Oh, absolutely.
Changing who you speak to on a daily, who has access to you, because that matters. The people that have access to you, easy access to you, and if they're not beneficial or healthy relationship, you probably should cut them off. Truly, they can be your friend.
Well, it's a new year,
but be a friend from a distance. You know, because that matters. Because guess what? Like you said, who has your ear has your future.
Right.
So yeah, you might be my buddy, and I might talk to you every other day, but you ain't got no job, or you a womanizer, and I'm not trying to be a womanizer, or you know what I'm saying. So it's like.
Well,
what they say, birds of a feather
flock together.
Yep,
how
or
can two walk together
if they don't agree? Exactly.
Because if you're not in agreement, we ain't walking.
And it's okay to grow away from somebody.
Absolutely.
You know? It happens all the time. Sometimes,
absolutely.
But sometimes and it's human, we feel obligated because, man, I know you since I was 8 years old. I know this, man, he was with me in my first fight. I can't let him go. But, man, you 30 years old now. You 34 years old. We now on the same page. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a house. You still living at your brother's house. You know? So it's I feel like it's definitely about healing first.
Yes.
Healing first, knowing yourself, learning yourself.
Yes.
And then while you dating that person, learn that person.
Absolutely.
Be patient with that person. Because you know, my generation be moving so fast, we don't even want to be patient to get to know somebody. Yeah,
but that's key.
You know, and don't get me wrong, you do supposed to acknowledge red flags for sure.
Oh yes.
But at the same token, be okay to compromise. Cause that don't mean just because two things can be right, you know. Just because I have this view and your view, don't necessarily mean your view is wrong. That might just be your love language.
And it's a different
perspective.
Right.
You know, so I feel like it's very key to learn that person while you're dating that person to see if this can grow and possibly be a marriage one day, you know?
Absolutely. And when you take, when you take the time to learn, and I heard somebody say, I don't know how true this is, so, put that out. But they said if you really want to learn somebody, take a long trip. Like a 5-6 hour drive. Cause you'll see how they get frustrated. The real, look, you can fake a little bit, but about 5-6 hours, the real you gonna come out.
Interesting.
So I don't know if that's true or not.
You know what I heard too?
What you hear?
It's two things.
Okay.
A good way to learn someone is look up their Google searches. Look what they've been searching. See where their mind goes. See what kind of mind they got, how their mind working. And then another thing I heard too is look at their playlist. What do they feed in their spirit? What do they listen to on a daily? You know what I'm saying? Those are all ways to learn somebody because that's your
true.
everyday path.
That's true. That's good.
Yeah.
I didn't think about the Google there.
Yeah.
But
see
that
what
makes
kind
sense.
Of you might be dealing with a real sicko. You don't even know it.
Ooh.
You know?
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure.
Because sometimes people look normal.
Yeah, look, man, like an average Joe. And you dealing with Chester the molester.
People like that.
You know, you gotta
in the
be careful.
workforce.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought they was like,
old Jeffrey Donald.
Yeah, man. And that thing came out, Dr. Jekyll and Hyde came out. I was like, yeah, okay, we not gonna deal with you no more.
Yeah, so I feel like
it's important, seriously.
Yeah, it's key to get to know each other.
It really is.
Get to know each other the healthy way.
Yeah, healthy.
You don't gotta be doing too much to get to know somebody.
Yeah.
And then they got this thing now. You seen that list with don't take me here, don't take me there?
I haven't seen that.
They got this crazy list where the girls say, don't take me to Applebee's, don't take me to, and
why?
It's so crazy because I feel like if you're really trying to get to know somebody, we don't necessarily have to spend a dime to get to know each other.
Right. You can go walk in the park.
Walk in the park.
I'm telling you.
We can go.
Walk around the block.
We could be doing a work trip or something. And you know what I'm saying? It could be anything.
Yeah.
It don't take chandelier lights to get to know a person.
So I know we only got a few more minutes, but you said don't take me here, don't take me there. So they're just trying to be like bougie?
Yeah. And the places that they was naming was really not bad spots, in my opinion.
Interesting. Well, I don't know about that, but nevertheless, it was really good doing this.
Can I do a plug real quick?
Yeah, put a plug in.
Okay, I just want to.
Tell them what
I am
you
an
do.
entrepreneur. Yep. I'm an entrepreneur. I am a videographer and a photographer. You can find me on social media on Instagram. My tag is Dat Guy Productions with a D. D-A-T. Dat Guy Productions. Have a studio. I'm Atlanta based. Do great photography. You can check out my work on there. We do videos. Valentine's coming up. You might want to embrace love with your new loved one and do a photo shoot. So get at me, Dat Guy Productions. Get at me.
And I'm going to make it a little bit sweeter. If you put in the description that you've seen it on Embracing Love Again, we're going to take 10% off. I will pay it.
Okay. You heard that.
10% off for Dat Guy Production.
Yeah.
But you got to say you got it from Embracing Love Again. Here we go. Thank you for listening. Is it possible to find love after loss? Absolutely. And it can be a beautiful experience. However, to win it, you have to get in it. Love awaits you.